So today we have a wonderful experience. Aviv is going to talk about his book. This book is written in Latvian, Russian, and Hebrew. This book, name of this book translates Story of the Spirit. Here I have added cover of book in Latvian, so most of you probably will not understand what's written here, so I said to you. And today we will start with Aviv. He will share his success story of this book. It's very popular. He has a great story, and I have heard many times from Danny. So we thought that this would be the best idea to share this story with you as well. And after that, we will continue with the questions and answer evening. So if you have any questions about this book to Aviv, or maybe you have some questions to us about Life Power, because now we have a WhatsApp group. And I hope that every one of you are there. If not, then please message in Zoom in a chat your phone number and we will add you there because there we share like perhaps when these events are happening. They are happening in every 2 to 3 months. Now it has been 3 months since the last event. So we are happy to see you again here, and we heard some great recommendations or reviews about this event from the last time. And what else I want to tell you about the YouTube? We also have a YouTube channel where it's called Lifepower Connect, like here you can see on the screen as well. And there you can see the previous event recording and as well two interviews with our clients that share their experience how has their experience in Life Power about the books, about courses or auditing. So feel free to watch them, and we have a few more interviews coming up. So we are active there, and you can still. Yeah, you can, if there, you don't need to wait 3 months to see us again. You can go there and see us there. So, firstly, I want to say thank you everyone for joining us here today. And I am happy to announce the speaker, not the speaker, but like I would love Danny, which is the founder of Life Power, to tell some few words about Life Power and about Aviv, because I know that Aviv is a great friend of his.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Well,
Hi.
I think most of you, all of you know enough about Life Power. I don't need to give a general background on Life Power, but well, we founded Life Power only 10 years ago. The first book, Life Power book, came out 10 years ago, 9 years ago, actually. I will talk a bit more about this later. Aviv and I have been working together now for 26 years, I think. Correct, Aviv?
Oh, yeah.
26 years working together. Thank you, Aviv, for all these years of uh, putting up with me and working with me and supporting and being a great friend and doing everything together that we've done. And I see Dima here. So Dima also an old timer. We all started together a long time ago. Uh, about 10 years ago, we decided that we need to create a library of books so people can easily study Ron Hubbard's technology, make it more available, and make the first steps easier for the broad public. And this has been very successful because we have a lot of people in Israel and now in Riga and Ivana in Prague and Ela Melagol in Russia. We have people working with Life Power and making it very easy for new people to join, to come on board. So we started writing the books, and I don't know, what was it, Aviv, 5, 6 years ago? Aviv came to me with an idea that he was going to write a book. I said, great. And he wanted to write a book summarizing information about the spirit, which is the best subject and the most important, most interesting subject. And this book has become our biggest hit. And like Patricia said, I'm sorry, Dan, we don't have the book in English. We have, Aviv originally wrote it in Russian, then translated to Hebrew, of course, for the Israeli audience, and then translated to Latvian. But we still need to do the English. But Aviv will tell us about it. So, Aviv, tell us about the story of the Spirit. And he's done a big marketing campaign on it. So, Aviv is the author of the book. Great job marketing the book. And now we even have, I think, a digital course called Story of the Spirit online course. Okay, Aviv, you go.
Hi everybody, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, hi.
Hi,
First
good.
of all, do you hear me well?
Yes,
Yep.
we can
Yes,
hear you well.
yes.
Okay, cool. So, uh, I would like to expand today's subject and not only to talk about the book, but about the dissemination and marketing in general. As most of you are aware, writing books and disseminating and marketing is not my main job. So, in the year 2000, thanks to my biological father, David, that sadly has died a few years ago, and thanks to my spiritual parents, Tammy and Daniel Amberger, I became an auditor. My life power language is a listener. Okay, so that's my first job. That's my, let's say, that's my day job. And in 2006, I learned another profession, which is case supervisor. Case is a person with all his troubles, and supervisors is somebody who supervises auditors, other listeners, tells them what to do, basically, and keeps the other person winning and happy and stuff. So, how did I end up writing books and doing marketing? How did I get to this life? So, in 2012, we separated from a big organization that we were part of for since 92 for 20 years. As I told, I'm this drawer center since the year 2000. So after 12 years of being auditor and case supervisor, we had a really big turmoil, like big confusion going on, because we had certain relationship with a big group. We were exchanging public, they were sending public to us, and we were sending public to them. But then suddenly, like, you have some term about it, an iron curtain fell. Iron curtain, железный занавес, boom, fell. So we became like alone on an island. Like they cut all the com lines. Some of people left us, and I'm as an auditor. I love to audit, right? So okay, what I'm gonna do? What's happening? So that was the point when I started to learn marketing, 2012. And in the evenings, I was building a website, and I wrote 4 articles about our advanced levels. At that time, we only started to deliver them, but I trusted Ron Hubbard, so I wrote about them, and they still true. These articles now, they still work, and now we already have people through these levels. So what I wrote back then still holds true. But I didn't just publish these articles on the site. I offered these articles in exchange of an email of a person. Okay, so say, look, I have 4 articles about advanced levels of what you're doing. Of course, I offered them to people who knew about our subject. And I said, okay, give me your email. Okay. So I created an email list, a very popular thing back then, not so now. And I was writing an article each week to this email list, keeping their interest up, providing value. And it took me 9 months. I didn't see any result in 9 months, but in 9 months, a lady came from Germany, I think Dima was her auditor, and bought 100 hours of auditing. So that, okay, so it worked. All right. So, and I think Kaspars and his friend Gatis have seen my promotion, my ad on Facebook, and contacted us and reached us, right, Kaspars? Yeah, okay, cool. So that was this stage of my dissemination and marketing career hobby. And in a very short time, of 2-3 years, Dima and I were full of pieces of practice of people that we helped to, because this promotion of mine was in Russian, and basically the only one who knew Russian were Dima and I. So, okay, the purpose was accomplished. We couldn't handle more of this flow. So I started to look at Israel. Okay, what can I do in Israel that would bring similar result with people who talk Hebrew? And I did a couple of projects. They both failed. And I couldn't understand what's going on, because I did really the same things. I offered something of value for free and in exchange of email. And yeah, and I had an email list and I wrote things to them, but nothing really happened of a great importance or great value. Okay, so one friend of mine told me, I think it was about 4 years ago, look, you have to be on TikTok. I said, me? On TikTok? No way, no, me, TikTok, no. No, look, you have to be on TikTok. I said, no, that's me and TikTok. No, it's not possible. Like 3 months, almost twice, 3 times a week, you need to go on TikTok. And I wasn't on any social media, no Facebook, no Instagram, nothing. I was keeping my emails, blah, 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 and it was keep failing. But I said to this friend, you know what? Okay, let's come and, and film me, shoot my video, and we'll put on TikTok and we'll see what happens. What can I lose? And then, so we did, and we did it for months and 2 and 3. And on the 3rd month, one video just exploded. Boom. It's like had about 400,000 or 600,000 views. Okay? So, TikTok works, And so gradually we started posting TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube Shorts, the same videos. And of course, I kept learning. Yeah, let's go back. Let's rewind a little bit, because in 2021, I started to write my notes for from my personal auditing, from things I got from auditing, my cognitions, my realizations about life, about spirit, about past lives. I wrote them down as notes. And about the 2022, I decided, why should I keep them for myself if I can share them with people? So from notes, from little notes, I had about 30 notes. Each note I turned into chapter. I don't know what language to show you. Okay, here. I turned into chapter of this book, and I wrote about spirit, about his past lives, about the universe, about the relation of the spirit to the universe, about the relationships of the spirit with other spirits, like a person as a spirit, how he relates to other spirits, to the universe. So it was very hard. It wasn't easy, especially getting towards the end to get all the mistakes out of the way, to get the book ready for print. And at the end, of course, you say to yourself, nobody will read it, nobody will buy it, nobody will, our best self-doubt kicks in. So I almost dropped it, almost. It actually was ready for print. I said, yeah, it's not worth it. Let's drop it. Let's do something more interesting. Anyway, but I knew some, some datum about cycles of actions, start, change, stop. I was told it's a good idea to finish things, not to leave them unfinished. So I said, okay, for the sake of finishing things, I just, print 50 books. It will not be sold. Okay, done. But I did it. Anyway, so it was hard job printing the book. It was even harder job marketing the book, There are, I think, thousands of books are being published each day, so the quantity of books is amazing. And it's very hard to persuade someone else to actually buy it, to put his money on your book. He doesn't know you, he doesn't know the book. So you need to persuade him it's worth buying and it's worth reading. So now, fast forward to the time that my video exploded on TikTok. And the video that exploded on the TikTok was about what happens to us when our body dies. So that video that also I didn't want to publish because I thought, people will think I'm, I'm crazy, I'm lunatic. Whoa, what am I doing? But my friend persuaded me, no, let's post it. Let's publish it. It could be okay. It could go well. I said, okay, let's publish it. So we published the video, what happens to us as spirits when our body dies. And, I'm going back home and I see 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments, and it's boom, 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 boom. It's exploding all over the place. All right. So after I stopped, after I enjoyed enough the fact that it happened, I told myself, okay, so what was the practical value? What happened? What's gonna be next? And as I kept studying marketing, I learned a very important datum that if a video goes well organically, like with no money, tweak it a little bit, like change it a little bit, make it transactional, like offer something, and then pay money to spread it around and actually to sell something. I think someone's microphone. Oh, okay. So I did. I refilled myself talking the same, but then at all, if you're interested in what's happened to us, no worry. So actually, I feel myself saying the same thing, but say, okay, if you're interested in the subject of past lives, next lives, what happened in between, why don't you read my book? It tells more, So that's the point when the book, yeah, thank you, Ella. The book start to sell, because I give them something that I already know they're interested in, because organically this clip did very well. So I know the interest is there. And I'm gently telling them, there's more to know. If you want, check it out. There's a description about the book in this page. Just click and read. Okay. So, so this is the way the book started to get sold. And then, of course, I did much more organic clips, and I took the best of them and turned them into promotion, turned them into ads. And some of them are still running, but you need to keep, changing them. But it served a lot of purposes. This social media promotion. First, people started to contact us. Oh, so you're dealing with past lives. Maybe you can reveal who I was in past lives, Some people who bought the book came for services. Some people came for auditing. Some people came for courses. So the interest kept building and people kept reaching, and still they are reaching, and and we're still doing the social media to keep them interested. But then, like a recent example, another topic exploded. I said, okay, let's get something more close to Earth. Not past lives, not what happens between lives, something, day-to-day life. So I did 30 seconds clip about what people outside of this building call toxic personality. We call suppressive personality, they call toxic personality. And we have to use their language because it's on us so they understand us, not the other way around. So I made a 30 seconds clip, 5 signs you have toxic personality near you. It's nothing new, nothing, nothing. I just listed 5 signs that we all know that suppressive person is near us. What do we feel? Wow, people loved it. Wow, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I feel. It's like, so it went very well organically. So what did I do? I turned it into ad. I took the same clip this time. I put on myself the same shirt, the same background. And I thought, if you want to know more how to identify and handle the toxic personality, why don't you leave your phone number here, and we will call you with more details. And we just started it recently. I think 40 people left their phone number. And we have read our new staff members. They're calling these people. Some of them came here. We need to improve our sales and stuff. But that's basically the cycle that really works right now as far as marketing is concerned. To post every day, your post help people by themselves because they give them value, And our subject, nobody really talks the way we do. A lot of people talk about toxic personality that don't really have the data that works. we do. Or a lot of people talk about past lives, but of course, from our viewpoint, it's false data, false data, false data. So every day we post on social media something, we help people. We find out what people are interested in. We then can offer them something of value, this time in exchange of money, or we can invite them to visit our centers so we can help them more. So basically, this is in a nutshell what happened with the book, with marketing, with everything. And I'm very open to your questions. It's better to talk than to lecture, right?
Thank you, Aviv. Thank you for sharing this story.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So we have Casper's question in chat. I will read it. The question is, how often do you post clips and how does this affect follower activity?
I didn't get the last part of the question. How often and what's the
How often do you post clips and how does it affect follower activity?
follower? Okay. So I personally, I post once a day. I do all the process by myself. So I wish I could post 10 times a day. I wish, but I have my day job to do still. And but now I wanted to mention there are great tools that makes it easier. Like 2-3 years ago, I couldn't do it by myself. Now, just before the lecture, I did all the cycle from idea to publish in about half an hour, 40 minutes. So if you're interested, I can just describe quickly how did I do it. You want, or we go to the next question?
No, describe it. Yeah, sounds interesting.
So basically, I got an idea. No, even better. ChatGPT AI. So this morning, I asked him, give me 10 topics about spirituality, past lives that I can talk about in real. So he gave me 10 topics. Okay, good. So then I went auditing people. Then in the evening before lecture, I read 10 topics, and one of them sounds like a good topic to me, karma. Okay. So I talked to ChatGPT what I think I should say. Just, I recorded myself to ChatGPT. So this. ChatGPT transcribed it. And he already knows me because we have these soul conversations for some time. So he's like, okay, you want to do a reel from it? I got you. But listen, let's polish it up a little bit, So he gave me a polished text, and 98% of it, I liked it. It was good. Okay, so I put this text to teleprompter in my phone. This reads, I put it here in front of myself. I recorded myself. 5 minutes, that's it. I put it into CapCut. It's a editing program. 15-20 minutes, I got a clip. Okay, now the program that makes it published once in all the social media I want to publish, you also have this program. It's another program. And I put it once, right? I uploaded video once. I asked ChatGPT, okay, give me caption, like description, short description video with hashtags. He does it for me, That thing I do only 2 weeks. I'm enjoying it. And this part he does really well. Copy paste. What should be post title? He gives you some options. Okay. can you please create an image for reel cover? This beautiful image that covers your reel. Yeah. She created for me. Tac, 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 upload it. All right, so 5 minutes before the lecture, I finished everything. The video got published itself, it works, and I got talked to you. So this process wasn't so fast like a year ago. I had to have helpers, but now everyone from you can do that without helpers. It's actually better in the beginning not to hire somebody because you're gonna pay them. You're gonna pay them, and you don't know what works. Because basically, you need to post a lot organically to know what works. Then you can hire somebody when you know what works to make it like more more fancy production, more fancy video. You can do that if you wish. I never did that. I never paid for it. I just did it myself. My video looks simple, maybe for teenagers boring. I don't know, but they work. They sell stuff. So why should I care? Yeah. So that's the process. Did I answer your question, Kaspers? Okay, cool.
We have more than some more questions in chat. So then,
Patricia, before we go on, we have some new guests here. Can we just introduce the new guests, the people joining us?
yes.
There is a lady, I don't even know, hello? Back, JK Back. Dan, you know the lady?
This is Kathy Oram. She's a Class 6 auditor that's been auditing for, she was my first auditor back in 1971, I think. And she's just a marvelous person.
Hi,
She's a
Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Hello.
Patricia,
Can't hear you. Say hi to me.
Can you turn on your microphone, Kathy? She has a little trouble with the computer. It's just a brand new computer to her, so we're going to have to give her a break, I think.
But maybe Patricia can do it. Patricia, can you do it? No, you cannot. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give her one more tip. Just, Kathy, look for a little icon below the screen that shows a microphone and click on the microphone icon. It might free you up to talk to us. But everybody's very pleased to see. I see smiles across the whole screen here. People are very pleased to have you here. You're welcome here.
Yes.
I can't hear you, Kathy, but we love having you. Another newcomer is Nathaniel or Nathaniel. How do you want it to be, Nathaniel or Nathaniel?
Depends on the language you are speaking in, Danny.
Okay, I'm speaking English to you right now.
Yeah. So Nathaniel, yes, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, okay, and can you tell us a few words about yourself?
I'm not new. I was here for most of the lecture of Aviv. Yeah, you just...
No, in this group. First time you're in the group.
Yeah. My name is Nathan or Nathaniel. I'm with the Dror Center since I was a kid. My mother brought me to start with her to do kids courses at Dror in Haifa at about, like, I don't remember, age 8 or 10, something like that. And that's it. I've been on the lines and have been helped a lot by Danny and everybody in Dror Center. And now I am in Riga with Dima in the little organization he creates here. And I'm studying to be a professional auditor.
Wow. Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a lot of work for you, Nathaniel.
I hope so.
Yeah, a lot of work for you. Okay, good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome to Riga and well done. And Honza is with us. Hi, Honza. Okay. And Ella. Hi, Ella. Ella is in Kazan, Russia. Ella, we cannot hear
Yes,
you.
I'm
Now we
here.
can-
Yes, glad to
Okay.
meet you. Glad to see you, all of you. So I'm very happy to see you all.
Okay, Ella. Good, good, good. So Ella, you had some more questions about marketing or
Yes,
relations, organization.
so I'm a bit confused now, but I wrote it. I thought that Patricia will tell my question. Well, what networks works better? That is my question.
Marketing networks, you mean social
Like,
media?
Social media, I mean, social media.
Yeah, Aviv,
yeah, so they basically all work well. First of all, they're free for now, so it's good. Use it when it's free. They are different, a little bit different, you know. And as of the moment, as I understand, as I know what works or not work for me, Instagram is very hard. You know, it's a lot of offer for the same demand. You know, so Instagram very hard. TikTok, it can expose you to a lot of people who do not know you. You know, TikTok, you know, it spreads a lot around. It's more still a more younger audience, but the TikTok has a lot of more mature audience. And you know, it's in marketing, you have underserved or overserved. So now, for now, Facebook is underserved. It's not a lot of creators who post on Facebook, but there is still a lot of demand. So I see right now on Facebook, it's going very good for me. I personally hated Facebook some years ago, you know, but it's not about you personally. It's about you disseminating yourself and our subject. So for me right now, it's just another icon on my phone. I don't care. Facebook, Instagram. Um, I post on Threads. You know what Threads? It's like Twitter, but of Instagram and YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts, because YouTube is a good search engine. You know, somebody searches for therapy, for things like that. YouTube can pull your video. But shorts, I don't have time for long form videos like YouTube proper, like original YouTube, you know, like an hour or so. I personally don't have time, but it's a good promotion for somebody to record himself for half an hour, 20 minutes, you know. Yeah, so in real life works well, you know. We're having lectures here by Reed, by Jenya. A personal touch, of course, it's supreme, you know, still shouldn't be discounted, although we're in the digital era. Opposite, people are actually now going to real life events because they a bit want to have a detox from these things. So they go to lectures. It's much better experience. Actually, we had one by Irit a month ago, and people came like from far away in Israel, like 100 kilometers. You know, they drove to listen for real life lecture. So it still holds good. Yeah. Did I answer your question, Ella?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
My pleasure. All
Right,
right.
thank you. Kathy, you figured out your microphone thing?
Well, I think so.
We can hear you.
You
Hello.
can hear me? Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you too.
So tell us a bit about yourself. You've been an auditor for many years.
Since 1968,
Wow.
69.
Nobody,
Yeah,
so far, nobody said the Church of Scientology. You can tell us about Scientology.
again, please say that again.
I'm saying so far, nobody has mentioned the Church of Scientology. But
Oh, really?
if you've been auditing since 68, it must have been in the church.
It was. I
And
was trained there. I audited there. I audited in several orgs, most, let's see, St. Louis, Portland, and I was auditing staff at the U.S. Guardian's office in Hollywood for several years. That was interesting.
Were you ever Sea Org or just org staff?
Oh, I was never officially on staff anywhere,
Ah,
but Dan Locke and I were kind of a team way back in the day, about in the 1970s. He used to send me after ARC broken students and PCs, and I'd bring them back into the Portland org. So we did really well together.
well, well done to you. Well done for what you've done, for what you've been doing. And when
Yeah.
did you leave the organization called the Church of Scientology and
Well,
become a rebel like us?
I was officially excommunicated. I am a suppressive person,
You
and
look
I
like it. You look
yeah,
like it.
you
I
can
hate to
tell,
tell
can't
you.
you?
You
Yep,
look,
yep,
yeah.
that's me. And so let's see, that was 1984 or so.
Whoa, that long ago.
Oh yeah, and then I joined up with Bent Corridon in what's the name of that town? Um, shoot, can't remember it at the moment.
Riverside.
Anyways, Riverside, yeah, splinter group in Riverside, and we were a bunch of auditors there. All of us were suppressive persons, I think, or almost all of us. And so we had a great time together trying out old data and concocting new stuff. And it was a great time. I was there for several years. And anyway, now I'm in the independent field and I'm free to operate, and it's a wonderful place to be. And I'm so glad you're doing this Zoom meeting because now I see there are more of me out there,
Yeah, there's many more.
many
Uh,
more.
the meeting we had 3 months ago, we had like 40 or 50 people. People are busy and they're too busy to join us on the Zoom meetings. Plus, they're going up the bridge happily. We have a big center, two big centers in Israel, and a very big center in Latvia, in Riga, Latvia, which is North Europe. And we'd love to have people become active with us in the US. Dan, what are you doing? You said you're going to open a Lifepower Center. Oh,
Dan, mute yourself then.
Dan, your mic. Yeah, we can hear you
Okay.
now.
Okay, cool. Just a little bit more on Kathy. She's got a group she started in Knoxville, Tennessee, and she's got several pre-clears she's working with. Some people she's giving kind of like life advice, that kind of thing as well. But she's
And
she's been very productive.
one person I trained, he's in Mississippi, so we did this long distance. Anyway, we got him through class 4.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Well
Uh-huh.
done.
Yeah. And I've got one coming up, I think, in Arizona. So
And
yeah, been very
yeah,
active.
yeah. So I haven't yet introduced her really to the life power information. I will. I've been recently. I've been through all my meter drills again, and I've picked up a couple of well, actually only one PC right now, um, but hoping to pick up more. Kind of getting over my fixed ideas. Because I spent such a long time in the church and under these very strict measures. I haven't quite busted out of my old universe of like you know there used to be a group processing where the group processing guys say shake your hands like this and the whole group would be doing that, and then he'd say is anybody stopping you, and of course nobody was, but so I'm just kind of getting over that kind of thing. Again, a little bit of auditing from a fellow uh, Rolf Dane in Denmark. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a good guy. And he's been getting me just through, I guess, some old secondaries having to do with not being a staff member anymore. But I'm really looking forward to working with you and your guys because it's the closest thing. It's the best success story right now that I'm aware of in Scientology. Danny's groups have got something going, and that's something to be proud of. And I hope to be a bigger participant.
Okay. We'd love
Yeah.
to have you and Kathy. Uh, can I just show you some things, Kathy? Okay, any other questions? I want to show you some new things coming out.
There's more questions in chat to Aviv
Okay.
as well. How is build your video? Do you promote Lifepower at this, or is it a story from your experience?
Uh, I promote the Life Power project from time to time. I'm not really pushing it each video, not to sound, really salesy. But whenever it's comfortable or it's natural to mention it, you know, I do so. I do so in comments a lot because people asking, okay, so how do you remove emotional charge? So I say, okay, we remove it by life power technique. Okay, so in comments, I'm more free to do so because people instinctively they hate advertisements. They don't like to be sold. And look, we life power, we're great. Come to us. Oh, everybody tells it. You're not different. But if you tell something interesting, like you tell, last week I published video. I said no meditation, no breezes, no stones. It doesn't really work. It helps, but it's not going to get you spiritual cognition. And what will going to get you spiritual cognition is removing of emotional charge from your past traumas. So I thought people will hate me, will criticize me. No, we're doing meditation and feel great. Why do you say this way? Opposite say, yeah, it doesn't really work. I tried. It doesn't really get me any place. And some ask, so how do you remove the emotional charge? Why I said, well, we do it by life power technique in comments. So that's acceptable. They asking direct question. You need to give them a direct answer. And sometimes I'm saying in the clip, yeah, I made love power or I did this, did that. Sometimes, but not every video. I'm not pushing it every video because I would be like, a car salesman. Buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. That's not the approach that people want. They will scroll you very fast, If they feel a little bit of marketing in what you do, but if you're interested in people, you want to give them value, then they will like you back.
Thank you for answering this question. I see there's Nathaniel had questions. Maybe I think this is not for Aviv. Can you please comment on this one, Nathaniel?
Nothing, just when she said she worked in giving processes in Hollywood, it was interesting to hear maybe some stories or something, I don't know, some anecdotes about it. That's very interesting hearing from people that were in like the old Scientology stuff.
That's for Catherine, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kathy
Yes.
mentioned she's having a little bit of trouble with the accents. It's unfamiliar to us, living in America. You guys are speaking good English, but the accent sometimes for people not accustomed to it might be difficult to duplicate. So I'm not to invalidate anybody's communication. I'm more used to talking with Europeans and people from Israel, etc. But Kathy, I don't think not quite so much. So could you ask her that question one more time, Nathaniel?
Oh, were you
Uh,
asking me a question?
yeah, because you
Oh,
mentioned you worked and gave processes to people in Hollywood back in the day.
I didn't get what came before back in the day.
Oh,
Like
I'll be your
Can
interpreter
I
since she and
rephrase
I
the
yeah,
talk a
question?
lot.
Yeah,
interpret.
thank you. I'm sorry.
Hey, Kathy, Nathaniel is asking about your experiences in Hollywood, auditing. And Nathaniel,
Oh,
just to clarify, in Hollywood, she was delivering primarily to staff members that were in a group called the Guardian's Office, which was established years ago by Ron's wife to protect Scientology. It had difficulties throughout its career. Uh, you know, it was kind of the political espionage section of Scientology at the time. A big subject, perhaps too big to get into right here and now, but she would audit the personnel involved in that, amongst them the highest executives in Scientology in Los Angeles at the time.
mm.
So most of what she could say is probably confidential.
Well, I
Do
think
we really care about them? It's still interesting. What?
I think I walked out of there knowing too much. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Nathaniel, I suggest this is interesting for you. Definitely not part of Lifepower. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
history, Scientology. You can read about it, or you can later contact Kathleen or Dan
yeah,
directly, and maybe they can tell you more. Okay?
that's the best. Yeah, I
That's the
agree.
best way to do.
Mhm.
There's so much data, so much information, so many books about it. Yes, Dan.
I'd love to hear people's successful actions, like with Aviv. How is he handling these incoming reaches with all the different things he's done so far? How does he develop that reach into a reach for services? And I kind of want you to qualify these questions, Danny, if this is the valid kind of questioning to ask in this meeting.
Yeah, let's
And
talk
and
about we
whoever
do in
else is being
Lifepower.
productive right now, how are they procuring PCs and developing that initial reach into getting a person actually into session?
Aviv?
Yeah, so I'm privileged because I'm not working by myself, although I do videos by myself, but we have 10 staff members. So we have our great Carmela that basically turns the interest into person online on services. And now we have Irit that learning from Carmela to do the same. So they are working in tandem. Basically, the working formula is to invite person to you. If you get personal contact, it gets you 50% of the work done. Because, it works with us because we have a beautiful space, very Saida, and person goes, meets from person to person, gets to know the person, He sees that we have a big operation, it influences, and then the person, just a real simple ruin point finding, what's bothering you so much, not being interesting, but being interested in the person and let them talk. If you get them talk about what pain they have, okay, 80% is done. And then you tell them that we can help you with the pain, 100%. Okay, that's it. That's a basic work. So I don't do it, because I'm in sessions and CACing most of the day. But Carmela does it, Irit does it. They're doing good job. I will not tell you that 100% will go on lines. It's not real, it's not happening.
But
But
is your first service, is it an auditing session or a course?
depends. But our successful action, even before I joined the group, was the communication course. It gives wins. Started from Danny. It was his successful actions, and we're carrying it around. And Danny, for the Lifepower project, wrote the complete communication manual book, which tells in simple words the same TRs than Ron Hubbard wrote, but it's not in this form that now people cannot read or cannot, this. Well, imagine that you try to disseminate and somebody comes to you and he reads HCO bulletin from this, Sand Hill Manor, Sussex, that. says, okay, so what is this? Well, you explain, okay, it's part of Church of Scientology. So, okay, so you're Church of Scientology. No, I'm not Church of Scientology. Okay, so why do you have this on your top, you know? So, Remimio, new public don't need to study these days what Remimio is. How can you explain him what Remimio machine is, look like, you know? It's so unreal, it's so not updated. So what Danny did, he just told this TR 0 to 4 bulletin in simple words, plus RC triangle, plus communication formula. And people just can read it and apply it, you know, in the course room instead of, you know, working their heads off. So that's, you know, a very successful course as the first course. Sometimes it doesn't work because the person's so, you know, suppressed, as we call potential trouble source. He cannot, like, his life is so, you know, a mess. So he can do overcoming ups and downs course. We also have our own version, as Danny is about to write a book about it. Or just personal instruction. There are people who cannot sit in the course room, who cannot study, cannot duplicate, cannot listen. So that, okay, look, I will work one-on-one with you. And then you're doing an interview and you see what he needs, you're building a program and you read with him method 7, the same ups and downs, but he can duplicate with you what he couldn't duplicate alone, you know? It's actually simple. If you're talking about yourself, then it's actually simple once you get a person talking to you, even, you know, on a distance through internet, doesn't matter. And he is interested, just see what he needs and give it in the best forms that he can accept or understand, you know? You can take our materials and do method 7 on whatever he needs, communication formula, suppression, you know, personal integrity, over Swiss class, whatever. You just, okay, how can I help this person? It's easy, you know, you don't need to be class 12 to do so.
But you know, on the communications course, it's easy for me to imagine in person on that. I can think with the idea of TRs over Zoom or whatever, kind of think of it a little bit, but not really bigly. So you're getting enough volume on your social media that you find a local audience that you can bring into your building and then put in a TR's course.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have some through social media. We have some from partnership with Don Shaul, which has his center in Tel Aviv, and he does a lot of webinars. By the way, Ella, webinars are working very well for him, and he sends the guys who live in the north to us. They're doing a little course, and then the most bright of them go to communication course almost usually, with some exceptions. Yeah, so or word of mouth, of course, nobody cancels this one.
But there's a focus to bring people in person, their physical bodies to your physical body. Is that right?
To begin with, yes, it's important to begin with. We are doing a lot of on a distance. Actually, 80% of people who I audit are not in my auditing rooms, they're somewhere in the world, you know, and it works good. But we never did it with TR course and with like hard objectives when you need to, you know, when you need to be present, you need to control the PC. Sometimes I did it once or twice with somebody who never had auditing. It's not the best, but it worked, you know. But anyway, it's not up to you. It's up to the person to decide. You know, he will tell you, "Oh, I'm not coming." You know, United States is a huge country. Oh, I'm not coming to your state, you know. If you want to help me, let's do it by Zoom or else, you know, or nothing. But you want to help the person, so you just choose the tools that will help him. We did do some light objectives over the distance, and it worked well. You know, when you don't need such a big control of the PC, also worked. I personally was against it. My PCs were begging me to audit them on a distance for 5 years until I tried, you know, and after 20 years back then, I knew what instant read was, what the fan looked like, how PC responds. So when I saw the same thing on my electronic meter over the distance, I said, okay, well, let the pieces be the judge. If they like it, fine. They loved it because they didn't have to move, you know, they didn't have to spend a lot of money by traveling, tickets, hotels, whatever, you know.
Got it. Understood. Thank you very much.
All right, let
Pleasure.
me jump in, please. I think we all will want to go away in a few minutes. Dan,
Yeah.
Aviv is in Haifa, Israel, where I am. We also have a very successful operation in Riga, Latvia. And my friend Kaspas, who's here, he's developed a very successful line for getting people in. Kaspas, usually when people come to you, they start with a communication course.
Yeah, mostly, but it depends on what the course. I don't know, 80, 85, or 90% we take from raw public, from the street, and it depends on what kind of advertising we put in, because
That's
we, yeah,
great.
yeah,
So you're
because
actually you're approaching people on the street and saying, "Come on in, let's do some stuff
yeah,
together." Huh?
yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Wow.
No,
It's
no, no,
it's
no,
not
not
like it's
not
it's
body
not like
routing. He means new people.
new
He
people.
doesn't do body routing. He puts Kaspas, your
Raw public.
advertising is on Facebook mainly, or
But they do
The
come into a
Facebook,
physical location, though.
yeah,
Is that
of
right?
course.
Oh, still. Uh-huh.
yeah. Because if you go to the street and catch the bodies, you can catch, I don't know, 3, 4 bodies per day, and that's it. But
Uh-huh.
if you put advertising, you can speak with thousands.
Uh-huh.
And then you pick from that thousands, you pick exact guys what you want.
Uh-huh.
Because I think for us, the most important thing is in which, how to say, in which type or which kind of people you want to work with.
Oh, yeah.
It may be kids, it may be ladies, it may be executives, it may be business owners, it may be doctors, or I don't know. And
Uh-huh.
if you pick the type of people what you want to work with, and then the next one you think about which problem you want to fix for those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for example, I know one group in Russia. They work only with ladies who divorced. Only one button. If you divorce, come to us. No other problems. And they made a good business because I always use, I don't remember. It's awareness scale, LRH.
Yeah, yeah.
What scale?
Awareness scale.
Awareness scale,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Awareness
Word.
scale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's impossible to sell people if you cannot find the ruin point.
Mhm.
Without this ruin point, it doesn't work.
And then if
And
you choose a rune like divorce and the grief or secondary of divorce, then your
yeah,
focus, you become a specialist, I guess. And you can also speak to a group on that basis if you know it's a common rune, in the lecture or workshop or
oh
whatever.
no, we just sell on the phone.
Interesting.
Just on the phone because it works like it calls pipeline. We put advertising on Facebook, and then somebody who are interested, and we say, okay, if you have the same problem, come to us, and they went to landing page. Landing page is the page on the internet, and then okay, we know how you feel it, and we can fix your problems. Just leave your contacts, and we contact with you. And
Very
they
good.
leave the contact, and we made a sales call, and that's it. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And that's the
But
deal.
but they come in for the course. Usually they come in for communication course. Kaspers delivers in his academy a few courses, and when they like it, then they want auditing, and then they go to Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Julia.
That's Yulia.
Hello.
Okay.
That's Julia and Dima. They're in Riga, and they work together with Kaspers. Julia, when people come in, what do you usually do with them? What kind of auditing?
When they just come in, I just talk to them first. And then it depends. Yes, if it's auditing, so I do the interview, and according to the interview, we build the program. And so we understand what the person needs according to this interview and the chart, what we can see, OCA test. So if it's a new person, it's usually some kind of live repair auditing. Yes, it depends. Many of
And
people are potential trouble sources now. So it's usually some PTS handling.
and you do that on a meter or no?
Yeah, with the meter, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
Yeah. So we have a big team of auditors in Haifa, Israel. I've said 10 out of 10. I think we have 7 or 8 auditors in Haifa. And now in Riga, Latvia, we have 3 auditors. You can see Julia and Dima, and Liga is not here with us. She's working today with Kaspar, for Kaspers in the
Yeah,
academy. And
she's
Kaspers
awesome.
has his college bringing people in. So we have a very strong line. And Patricia is with us in Riga doing meetings, promotion, marketing materials. So this is the setup. It's very successful. And Ivana is starting now in Prague. How is it going in Prague, Ivana?
Oh, I'm mute.
Ivana, take us off. Can you turn on the mic? Ivana, microphone.
Icon near the bottom, typically, I think.
Found it.
There,
Yeah,
yeah,
there you go.
Ivana.
Yeah, I found it. Thank you. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. And how's it going in Prague?
So in Prague, I need so much to work on promotion now. This is a very important meeting for me, important information for Aviv and Kaspars. Thank you, Kaspars. I need the people knows about me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We will help you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well done for starting. Ivana just started Lifepower Prague, and it takes time. You need to have patience. And of course, find people that will help you, support you, and
Yeah.
bring you
Thank you.
people who bring people. Okay? Kaspers, can you go to Prague for a few months?
Maybe not for few, but maybe for 1 month. It's yeah.
Okay,
Great.
you and I come to Prague for a month. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we end, do we have a few more minutes? Patricia, how much more time do we have?
How much we need. But I think there was one more question for Aviv from Ella. I don't think it was answered. Am I correct about threads application? App threads. Ella? Did this question get answered to you or no?
Patricia, I recommend that we get back to it in our next meeting. Let's
Okay.
leave something for next time because I don't think people want to spend so long. And Aviv has done a great job. Thank you, Aviv. You've done a great job explaining. So give
Yeah.
us more questions. Give Patricia more questions. And if there are more questions in the area of marketing, Aviv, you will come back next time.
All righty.
Okay. I just want to tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. Okay. Last time we met here, I showed you the new Executive Freedom book, right? It just came out. Okay, so we had this like 3 months ago. And now, what do you know? We have the new Lifepower book. So, hi, Ella. Thank you, Ella. So, I'm very proud of this. Lifepower book first came out 9 years ago, 2000. 2017. And every year or so, I take comments from people. People ask questions. People tell me this is not clear. You're missing this. I don't know what that is. So people have requests or demands, ask questions. So we come up with new versions. This is version number 10 of the Lifepower book. And I will send it to Patricia to update also the Latvian Lifepower book. I put a lot of work into this. Aviv, you remember your friend Pat Barkley who came from LA. So Aviv is off the mic. Okay, so anyhow, we had people commenting, making corrections. So I incorporated all the corrections. I made some very major changes to the books. So we have a new Lifepower book. And the other thing that just came out, I'm sorry, this is still only in Hebrew, the new Lifepower catalog. It's a very thin booklet. It gives an overview of everything we do in Lifepower. At the back of it, you see all the books. In Lifepower, we have now in Hebrew nine books. In English, we have 8 books. Story of the Spirit is not translated yet into English. So it gives you all the books, all the courses, all the steps to follow, all the lineup of Lifepower. I'm working on the English, so this should come out very soon, and I don't have to print and send you stacks of it to LA. You can go online and see it or download. Okay, so Kathy, Dan, look at the Lifepower catalog. You'll have it shortly in English, and then it gives you an overview of everything we do in Lifepower. And I think Lifepower is complete. Dan, you mentioned doing your TRs again, your meter drills again. Okay, are you familiar with this book? E-meter book.
No,
Oh, sorry, wrong way around. So we have the E-meter operator's handbook, a book explaining the e-meter, giving all the meter theory and all the meter drills. So I think Lifepower is pretty much complete because Lifepower takes you from the beginning, like the first steps, all the way up through a lot of auditing, book auditing, and then metering course, and a senior Lifepower coach can deliver to you what we usually know as life repair auditing, more advanced auditing. But people who've done all that, they are no longer in Lifepower. They go up the bridge. The grades, the bridge, neurodynamics, that is all 100% LRH. People who've done all the steps of Lifepower, they don't need my simplification or my version of it or my presentation of the text. They have source materials from Ron Hubbard and they go up the bridge. And we do this now. We've done it since 2012, but with Lifepower since 2017, very successfully. Like I say, in Haifa, in Tel Aviv, and in Riga, Latvia, we have a very big activity. Thank you, Dima. Thank you, Yulia. Thank you, Kaspers, for the great job you're doing. And now Nathaniel is with you. So, Nathaniel, we have big, I haven't spoken to you yet, but we have big plans for you. Do you like Riga so far?
The weather here is great.
The weather is great. Good. Wow.
Yes.
Finally, somebody likes Riga weather. Good. Okay. It's cold there. But I will come, Nathan, I will be in Riga in July, and we're going to talk, you and I, okay, about your future plans. Okay.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay. Anything else? Nurlan, everything okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Kazakhstan doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Ella, anything else? You got a lot of questions answered. Ella?
Oh, you're on mute, Ella.
I'm trying to find my microphone.
There you go.
Sorry.
You're good.
Ella, everything okay? You got some answers, some answers for your questions, correct?
Yes, of course, I've got answers, and I have a million more questions, but I think that we don't have right now so much time. But I'll be waiting for the next meeting.
Well, next meeting, or you can always talk to me or to Aviv or to Cosmos or to anyone. And of course, you can come to Haifa, invited to Haifa. Maybe Riga is more complicated, but there are direct flights, Moscow to Tel Aviv. You can come visit us.
Okay, thank you.
But you can always ask questions online, okay?
Okay.
Patricia, anything else before we end off?
I think that's it. We have been here for an hour and a half almost. And there was a lot of questions, a lot of answers. And thank you, Aviv, again for sharing your story and all of the tips you gave for everyone. So thank you for that. And yes.
Patricia, we recorded the whole thing, correct?
Yes, correct. And later this week, I will have to see how my computer will work after recording, but I will upload this one, this recording on YouTube, and I will share the link to the WhatsApp group, so you will be able to see again and again of this meeting.
Yeah, so you can see it again or send your link to your
Yes,
friends, people who didn't join but would like to know what we spoke about. They can see it later, okay?
yes.
Yes. Excellent.
Thank you
I
guys
have,
for
Thank you.
I
being
have
such a great audience. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.